But don't forget that, you see, and I'm not here to defend the previous minister, but my understanding of what she did with the 5G and that 10-year thing for the consortium was to try and sort of bring more competition into the space by giving an advantage to the smaller players.
Have you seen the rollout of 5G or 4G sites?
For you know, but I know.
No, there is none. I know it was launched on the 1st of November last year, but there's nothing to show for it.
I know that AT and Telecel are in the process of connecting to the platform that they are building. I'm told they have 16 out of 22 sites ready. This is what I'm told. MTN hasn't said what they're doing. So my understanding from outside is that the minister is trying to give AT and Telecel a chance to be more competitive in the 5G space.
So that's
which is why the policy of using the...
No, Bernard, and that's why I'm explaining to you that, for example, if that was the minister's intention, then the understanding of the sector was limited.
Really?
Because there is no way you could do that, except today, and part of the conversation right now is to give a company like AT some kind of quasi network to run on, because on its own, its core and billing cannot do beyond 3G.
Okay.
Do you get the argument?
Yes.
Now the point you're also making here is this: when you introduce certain dynamics, and I don't want to go into certain areas because those are policy issues. When you introduce certain dynamics, you need to know that there are push and pull factors. You need to be mindful that whatever, yes, giving tech neutrality to MTN to be able to do, again, tech neutrality doesn't allow them to do 5G.
Fair enough.
It allows them to do only 4G. We've had a 5G license holder for in excess of a year.
Yes.
It was launched on the 1st of November.
Yes.
In fact, this morning, or this afternoon, I had a call with someone from the consortium. They have issues with the regulator, issues which I'm dealing with. But there are issues fundamentally that they have to deal with as well. They gave me a May deadline because I asked them for a deadline to operate. If they can't hold the country
to go live.
You
gave them, but you've extended to June,
right?
They
they met me in Barcelona and said May. Subsequently in Ghana, they said June. I've told them I will hold them to the June deadline because we need to run. But again, Bernard, let's be very mindful about one thing. 5G, as we speak today, does not have a consumer market case. 5G is industry specific. So with 5G, look,
we have only 1 million devices in Ghana that
absolutely
can use 5G.
So 5G is not about people. The commercialization of 5G is not in people downloading movies or people doing video calls. It's in use cases like telemedicine, like your ports, like mining, like offshore oil drilling. Those are the specific use cases. And so you need to be minded that even today, if you were not to fix the fundamental problems with the networks, and even those other networks jumped on to a platform, if you were a mining company and both businesses, the significant market player and any of the other players, were to make a pitch to you, what will be your preference automatically? And that's why I'm saying that you need to be guided and minded about how you even roll out the NGIC platform to correct the dystopia. Because again, and
I know you didn't agree with that in opposition, but now that you are in government, you have access to more information and you are seeing that there are many implications of any decision you make. Are you going to allow the 10-year to run for this shared platform to see out its lease? Or if the June deadline elapses and they are not able to go live, will you be minded to start considering your options?
All options are on the table, especially if the June deadlines are not met. I'm one who's not quick to just cancel contractual agreements. However, I'm very open to renegotiating and restructuring arrangements.
Because I think
and the regulator has the legal power to amend the terms of any license that has been given. Because again, like I said, if by June we are still where, I don't expect us to be sitting where we are, but if that is the case, then we will be having a certain
what I'm told is that they've been able to set up 16 of their 22 cell sites. That seems reasonably...
For me, I want the plan, and again, I can check my notes from that meeting. The plan is very, very simple. There's supposed to be about 350 sites, both 4G and 5G.
So if by June you don't see a live operation of 5G, you will consider your options, which includes everything, including possible renegotiation or termination.
like I said, I'm not one who jumps quickly to terminate, especially when there are implications for the state. However, I'm very open to renegotiating the terms of licenses.
Let me take a breather.
Not work for us.
I have an hour and a half today. Since you did 5 hours of vetting, 1.5 hours on this show is nothing at all. We'll read your questions as well. Lots of them are coming. We'll talk about the SIM registration. He will finish up on the point about 5G. And then we'll also talk about other issues in the sector, including the radio and the digital platforms for media and some of those other issues.
I mean, just for clarity's sake, from my notes, I was trying to get my notes. 350 sites, 50 of those sites are supposed to be 5G. There's supposed to be 200 to 250 sites in Accra, 100 to 150 sites in Kumasi. These are commitments.
You hold them by this.
Yeah, that were made.
But you're giving them up to June.
Yes.
To see where we are with this. We're still
I think it's only fair.